Hello, everyone. It's Michael Jaco, and this is Business Builder Friday. All right, building the LifeWave business of your dreams. What does that mean for you? How many, people in your business will it take for you to be comfortable and have that income of, that'll make you happy? Or maybe you're just sharing the business and or the patches, and you're starting to grow a business, and you want to know how to like take it next level. So that's why we do these shows to help you guys build out. So it's a lot of fun. For me, I just came down off the mountains. I'm in the mountains now, and I did a 10-mile hike. So I did 5 miles out. I hit the Tahoe Rim Trail. I was on it for, I guess, took me 6 hours or so total. So I'm just coming back. So I'm kind of like every time I go out on the trail, I'm like in La La Land. I get that meditative, thing going on. Some of you guys probably know what that's like. And I did the Pacific Crest Trail one time, and I have a point for this. It's called communication. But uh, when I was on the when I was on the Pacific Crest Trail for 4 months, so I would do like 10 days straight. So most people do like 4 or 5 days, and they get off the trail, they relax, get all their food and stuff, and they only carry as much as they need for like 4 or 5 days. I would carry enough for 10 days. Of course, I was a Navy SEAL, so I can carry a lot of stuff. In the early days, I had my SEAL gear. So when I got out of the Navy, I still had this great SEAL gear. I'm like, I'm gonna hike with the SEAL gear. It's perfect, and it was like the worst. It's like heavy duty. It's like made so it doesn't break. You can like fall out of an aircraft and hit the ground and won't break. So it's like super heavy. And usually when you hike long distance, you want something that's super lightweight, and you don't only want just so much stuff. So most of that stuff is your tent, your sleeping bag, your food and water. All right. And then you have like a device to make your water that you get along the way from springs or wells or whatever they have along the way to like pump it through this, filtration system. So you got water. So that's all I learned. That's all you take. So there was this one German guy that was on the trail, and he would see me, and he would just chew my ass, and he'd be like, "You need to do this. You need to do that. What are you doing?" Because he was like, he hiked the Alps and everything. Now he's doing Pacific Crest Trail. So I remember seeing him. I'd be like, "Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I know you're right. I'll get some stuff." So eventually, I got good gear, and well, it took me a little while. And so I remember seeing him like towards the end of the time where I was on the trail for about 4 months. So remember, he would like see me, he'd start bitching me out. So I'm like in this one scenic area, and I got to the point where I was like ahead of everybody else on the Pacific Crest Trail. Everybody's behind me, so I'm getting to the point where I'm getting ready to get off, and so he catches up to me, and he walks up, and I'm like, oh boy, here we go. I'm going to ask you, and he looks at me and he goes, "This trail is amazing." And I was like, "Oh, he finally flipped. He finally got meditative on the trail." So I was like, "Oh, that's beautiful." And then there would be guys that I would see, or people, not guys and women, that I would see on the trail. And because I was in the front, occasionally I would see some people walking the other way. So there was areas on the trail where people from a certain area could get off and hike the trail and then come back. So occasionally I would see these people. So they would go out, and of course they're going into the area where there's no one, and I can tell it's super meditative. And so I would see these people over time, and before I understood, I would say, "Hey, how's it going?" Just like you would, anybody else, anywhere, walking down the street, and they would mumble. They'd be like, and I was like, "What the heck?" And so over time, I started getting further and further out, and then I would see guys, because I would get off the trail, get my stuff, get cleaned up, get enough food and stuff for another 10-day hike. And then I would get back on the trail, and I would see some of these guys again, and they're like starting to mumble, and then I would, after a period of time, see them again, after 4 or 5 days where I didn't see anybody. And then I would see somebody, and they would go, "Hey, how's it going?" I'd be like, So when you get out there, you don't talk. You don't talk at all. And then when it's time to talk after several days or a week or whatever long, you can't talk. You can't talk. Now, do any of you guys, when you're doing LifeWave, feel that way? In the beginning stages of anything that's new, you're going to, you're not going to quite understand certain things because, I would see these guys on the trail, they'd be mumbling. I was like, what is going on? And then it happens to you. And then it's like, oh, I understand. But over time, I figured out all you got to do is like I did on the trail today. You just raise your hand, you smile. That's good enough, right? And that's where a lot of people are on the trail these days because they're into their meditation. It's like a meditative movement, and it's a beautiful thing. But some people like to talk and because they just came out of a car and they get on the trail and walk. But those of us that are on the trail for a long time, like in LifeWave, we have to learn how to talk to people and share things. Now, there's different ways to share this information. Now, some people that come in the beginning stages, they're not they're not well versed in what LifeWave is about. They've used the patch maybe for a month or so, had great results, and they're ready to talk about it and share it. But that's all their experience. So it's kind of like the guys on the trail in the beginning stages. You're like, I'm walking around with stuff that's like way too heavy, and you got to like downsize, and you got to get better, and you get more adept at walking the trail. In the beginning stages, I was walking 10 miles, and I like kicked my butt. And by the time I was at the end of the walking after 4 months, I could cover 26 miles. So you get better and better and better at this as you continually learn more stuff. You share the information. You share the information with other people, with other groups. I think I'm going to be sharing this information with a group in Las Vegas soon. You want to talk about that, Roxanne? So Roxanne's been at a group, an event where she's been sharing LifeWave with a lot of people. She's signed a bunch of people up. So one of these people knows me and wants me to come and speak at an event that she's going to have in Las Vegas. You want to tell us about that, Roxanne?
Sure. It's thank you.
Thank you.
So this is an event, obviously in Las Vegas. I'm trying to find the flyer. But it's on aliens, and like this event that we've been at all week is aliens, super soldiers, and
UFO experiences.
kinds of like wild stuff, right? And as wild as it is and spacey as it is, it's to me, it's also very grounding. I have no idea how that even coincides with the other, but it does. So
Because you're out there.
maybe that's it. But a lot of super nice people, a lot of different people with different experiences, and us with LifeWave, we share what we know and how healing it is and how beneficial it is for so many different people, not only here, but around the world. And some people put the patch on or they hold it in their hand and they feel that energy almost instantly, whereas others takes longer. But you know what? We're all different and we all have our own experiences with it. So my advice is you have to be patient with it, but as Michael always says, you have to be consistent with it. So you get your results. But the event that's in Vegas, that's going to be pretty interesting, I think. So I've never been to Vegas. So
Oh, boy.
who knows? Maybe I'll meet Elvis and get married. And no, I'm just kidding.
That could happen. That could
What
happen.
happens?
But what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, Roxanne. So we won't tell anybody.
Well, I'm not gonna do that. It's
right.
like in the operating room and what happens there stays there.
That's right.
So,
There you go.
so
All right. Yeah. So
anyways,
that's great. We're seeing, that you can share LifeWave in a lot of different areas. I've been sharing LifeWave with a lot of different groups. I'm a truther. I'm a remote viewer. I go in all these different realms. I have memories of being in, super soldier programs. So I can go in all these different areas and share. So this is one of the things I want to, give you guys. Uh, you want the ability to learn how to share this information with larger and different groups, so that you have access to more and more people. Because everybody on the planet, I believe, could benefit from LifeWave. So it's kind of like, once you learn that LifeWave is so good for you, you want to share it. You want to share with everybody, and you know it's good. So I'm sharing with everybody. So even with people that normally
Yeah.
I wouldn't share with, because I don't understand their backgrounds,
Right.
mentality, whatever. I'm open to sharing with everybody
Yeah.
anywhere. So that's going to be one of the things that I'm looking at, in the future, expanding the groups that I share with, and I've already done that really. I see Jason in here. Jason, we went to Costa Rica, and with Jason to help promote LifeWave with a group, and that was fantastic. And Connie was there, Barry was there, Robin was there. So a lot of us went down there. We had a great time, of course, and we also got to share the patch with people that normally I wouldn't be hanging out with. They're people that are. You want to tell us a little bit about that, Jason? Tell us about your group that we share with down there.
Yeah, sure. So the group that we ended up going with, I knew the lady that I had worked with a lady previously that helped put together that group, and it was just through normal, networking, that staying in touch. I found out that they were hosting that event, and then, I told her what I was doing with LifeWave, and she invited she invited us to go, and we we were able to go, and actually, because I knew her, we didn't have to pay like the normal exhibitor fee to be able to go to the event. So
Mhm.
yeah, I try to network with different groups too. Um, so I think I mean, it's important for me because I early on I kind of started running out of people, so I had to look at different activities to participate in, so I could get to know more people, have the opportunity to share.
Outstanding point of view. And that group that we share was a stem cell group, and it worked out pretty good because LifeWave is activating that and so forth. But now we can. But there was a little period of time where we couldn't really talk about it. Now we can. Now we have the Celergize. So when I did that 10-mile hike today, all I had was water, Celergize, and I had a protein bar or two protein bars. So I usually I intermittent fast to 12. So I started out at like 9:30ish, and so I'm out there, almost straight up for the first 2 miles. It's pretty steep, and then you start to even out, and then it starts to up and down, up and down. It's a little bit easier, but all the way to 5 miles, I'm sipping on the Celergize, and it's keeping me going. So remember, I just came here to the altitude like 3 weeks ago, and I did like I think we did like Tracy and I did like a 1 mile hike, and it kicked my butt, kicked both our butts. So we're like, uh, you know, the first week or so, you're like, trying to catch your breath. It's like you're constantly trying to catch your breath. And now it's a lot easier. So I'm going out 10 miles. The next one will be 12 miles. And then eventually I'll do a 20-mile with my backpack and my all the stuff that I normally would need for a long hike, because I intend to do the entire Tahoe Rim Trail. Normally it takes 9 days. Of course, I'm going to do it probably about 4 because I usually, you know, do 20 plus miles a day. So I'll knock it out pretty quickly. But that's what we do with a lot of things in life. From our experiences, we share. We share what we do. I share what I do with the Life Wave helping me. Because this morning I put on uh, Eon on both my ankles, because both my ankles, because I've been hiking so much, have been a little bit tender. So I put Eon on both my ankles, and I was good, and I'm still good. There's no problems. And I put double the energy enhancer. I put two on my chest and two on the bottom of my feet, and I was like a mountain goat. all day long, guys, with LifeWave. So it is incredible product. When you have those experiences, you'll gain more experience over time. You can talk to them. So now I can talk to a lot of people that hike. You know, that's one of my intentions. I'm building up this ability to hike again very quickly, and then I'm gonna do the Tahoe Rim Trail, be doing videos and talking about my experience. And of course, my LifeWave bundle is going to be with me, putting it on day and night, and I'm going to talk about that. So imagine how that's going to appeal to a larger audience. So that's one of the things we're constantly trying to do, trying to reach a larger and larger audience. So even though I'm an influencer, I speak to hundreds of thousands of people and in fact every month it's 1 million people that are watching the videos that I put out. And almost every video that I put out now, it's got LifeWave. I'm talking LifeWave in it. So people are getting exposed to it, exposed to it, exposed to it, exposed to it. And that's the way we build a business. Connie, Barry, thanks for coming in. I know Connie was a crucial, integral part of me building my business. So when she comes in and talks, it's like that old uh, advertisement, Mutual of Omaha. When Mutual of Omaha speaks, everybody listens. So Barbara knows what I'm talking about.
You hit on something, Jason. I want to refer back to Jason. I know that all of you have heard me say it. It bears repeating over and over and over again. From that event that Jason did, and got us involved in Costa Rica, he had gone in with this relationship and he had signed up this group. And there were many, many, many people that came in. Some stayed, some didn't. That's just what happens. But out of that group, one person sponsored one person. One. She only sponsored one. But guess what? That one person got connected into the team. She started building. She's just kept it up, just consistent, consistent, consistent. And then she hit on someone who had networking experience, who was somebody who really passionately believed in helping people. And she started building and she's working with the team to build. And so out of that, I believe that you're going to see several people who are going to really take this. And it was off of you don't know who's going to come into your team. It's not always about who you know. It's who do they know and who do they know and who do they know. And you just don't know what that's going to be. So rather than sitting there saying, well, I don't know any influencers or I don't know any network marketers or I don't know that many people, go do what Jason did in the sense of, and Michael's talking about, and go out and do the things you love. Find things that are fun to do, connect with people. And when somebody gets excited and has a spark, your job when they want to go share is to help them with their list and help them go build their list and get to their people because you don't know who they know. Maybe they know somebody who does have a big circle of influence or who has done relationship marketing before and knows how to just go with this and they're super, super excited. So it's always thinking about below. And I realize in the beginning, when you're just in your sponsoring phase, it's hard to picture what it could become. And I remember Robin Mascari telling me very early on when I told her about our past business and I talked about how I had all these customers, I had all these people, but nobody really was serious and wanted to build. And she goes, oh my gosh, you've been in the industry 16 years and you've never, at that point, and you've never had leverage. I said, no, I never had leverage. Right. And LifeWave has been a completely different experience because when I brought in Barbara, because I loved Barbara, who doesn't love Barbara? And she's got this great circle of influence, right? So when Barbara tells her friend Jen, you got to come to this, and Jen's like, oh, I got something else I got to do. But you know what? I love Barbara, so I'm going to go ahead and show up to this event. And she shows up to this event and she hears what David speak and goes, holy cow, this is amazing. And then Jennifer, being who Jennifer is, just can't not share. And that leads to Michael, who leads to all of you, who leads to the people that you guys have all led to. I didn't sponsor Barbara thinking that was going to happen. I just sponsored Barbara, caring about Barbara, and then working with Barbara to go work. And so if you're in those beginning phases, just know you don't know who that person is going to be. And every top leader of any company will tell you one or two people are built my entire business. Out of that, they didn't build it, but out of one or two people I knew came all these people in massive organizations. Let's go do this together.
And honey, it's probably important
Yeah,
to mention that
with
girl never knew Michael. She didn't know who Michael was.
Yeah, I mean those girls that I'm working with under Jason is working with and his team, none of them know who Michael is. They have no idea who Michael is. They do now, but because they
Him
came
being
to
an
us.
influencer had
Yeah,
nothing to do with
him
it.
being an influencer had nothing to do with it. Absolutely. And all of you that are building, it's the same thing. There's many people coming in now that you guys knew Michael. You followed Michael. That was your initial touch, but now you're bringing in people who maybe may or may not know him. And it leads to a whole nother group. Anything you want to add?
We see it over and over again. We were just talking to another team, and they had brought in a young lady, and she brought in her father, who was a pastor. Well, he remembered somebody from his past, and we got to talking to him last week. And this guy's like, I've done network marketing. I was always good at it. I made money in every company I am. Show me where I go. And that came out of nowhere. And so you just never know. I mean, they had no idea this girl could make that kind of connection, but you don't know where they're going to come
Yeah,
from.
and she's 40.
Yeah.
She's a 40-year-old girl who then, made a connection. And so anybody can do it. You really, really can. It's just staying the course until it all starts to unfold. And if you are doing the activities Michael's talking about, if you're just doing those consistently and bringing them to the team, something will unfold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And we've seen a lot of people in my group and in your group, everyone here in your groups, and then like Connie's talking about, they people just come in and start building. You never know who's going to do that, but you want to continually be sharing and having people, because you're setting an example. You're being a leader by sharing, and people see you share and they get motivated. And it's like, well, Michael's still doing it. He's built a big business, but he still keeps doing it. Yeah, I'm going to keep doing it because I feel that until everybody in the world is using LifeWave, I'm going to keep sharing. So it's going to be a while, and that's good. I like it. I like challenges. So, and of course, they're not all going to be on my team because I talk to people and they're like, well, there's somebody that I don't even know, or you don't even know, that's not in your team that told me about LifeWave, so I'm gonna sign up with them. I'm like, great, it's good. So, just because I get somebody motivated to join doesn't mean I have to get everything from it. So, when I look at Lynn, I was just pulling up a video that Lynn and I did yesterday. It's less than a day. It's got. Let me look at the analytics on it. Less than a day. It looks like about almost 20,000 views, and that's just in YouTube. So probably over in um, if I go over to Rumble, I'll probably see another 10 to 15, maybe even the same. So Lynn was like very introverted, right, Lynn? Tell us about your experience and how you got, so Lynn comes from a whole different experience. And most people would be like, what, from her experience. But from that, she has attracted an incredible amount of people and other incredible influencers that are coming in. And like I said, we just did a video together. Lynn, she watched me and then she got into LifeWave and then she had a great experience and then she started coming into shows and sharing that. And I'm like, let's do a show together. And then it just blew up from there for Lynn. So Lynn, tell us your story.
Well, I mean, that's all very, very true. And, I've been in healing for many, many years. And but when I started the patches in February of last year, that decreased the PTSD and anxiety by 70%, which enabled me to speak.
because I knew in January I was called to speak, but I still, I never told my story in my life. And then you saw it as an intuitive the first time I gave a testimony for 5 minutes on Miracle Monday and said, I want you on my show. That was your intuitive. And then we were off and running. And I was shy. I mean, I'm in my day job. I'm an international human resource consultant. That's true. I do a lot of training. That's true. But speaking about this topic is not an easy thing to do, and it's not an easy thing for people to hear. But I've been practicing in my mind for years. I've been learning how to share it in the most gentle way I could figure out so people would understand. But yeah, I'd start speaking on your show, kicked it off because people saw me on your show, Brad did, and then SG and on, and people wanted to hear the story. Each time I tell it, practice, you get better. It's like sharing about LifeWave. And since LifeWave is an integral part of my healing, then, and that's my mission now, is to help others use LifeWave to also heal, because trauma is trauma. I mean, mine was severe, of course, but trauma is trauma. And so, yeah, I started speaking on shows, and then people started, and then God told me to start my Rumble channel in June of last year. And he just said every time he opens a door, he said, just keep walking through. And that's what I've been doing. And then I remember Tracy Joe was the first person who said, I'd love to be on your show. And I was a little frightened because I thought, I've never had I don't think I know how to do a guest, and then I did, and then that progresses, and then bigger and bigger shows and more guests. And then now I did my first live last week.
Yeah, and you've been on my show with live, so I
Yes,
looked over on Rumble, and between Rumble and YouTube, that video that is very, I think it's a monumental video. You're sharing, how you basically came out and started talking about this,
that's
and
right.
yeah, not so much using LifeWave, but we know, but
Right.
that's gonna draw people like, well, what was it that it's kind of like a tease. So people are like, what was it that opened her up? So, and then
Yeah.
if they start to follow you, then they see, oh, it was LifeWave. Wow. So sometimes that's better than outright telling someone about it, as you guys know. How many times have you got a birthday present and you didn't know what it was, and you open it, it was like, oh, surprise. And it's much better that way sometimes. So it's kind of this, if you can do that with LifeWave, you can't do it all the time, of course, with everyone, but that's another way to engage people. It's not like you're trying to be sneaky or anything. You're just like trying to create excitement any way you can, and that's one of the ways you do it. And so, Lynn, fantastic work. Let's Art. I want to hear from you, because you are like the silver tongue devil, right? When it comes to LifeWave, it's like you just seem to like get everybody wants to like join with you. It's really good.
well, 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 thank you, Michael. Can you hear me okay? I'm on my truck, and I'm in my truck on my Bluetooth.
Yeah, it's
He's a
good.
silver-tongued angel.
Yes.
Hi, Tracy Joe. Hi, Tracy Joe. We had a great event this week. Seeing a lot of people that we met last year. It was just, I left a little bit early today because I had an appointment at a karate dojo in Gainesville to share some patches with them. And that's what I'd like to share with everybody is, like Jason said, when you run out of leads, there's actually, you're never going to run out because there are so many karate schools across this country. And that's what I've decided to start focusing on is karate schools. And that morphed into something else last week when I was at a karate school sharing the business. I saw a barbershop across the street. So I said, huh. So I walked in there and he didn't have anybody's hair to cut. So he was able to hear about LifeWave as well. And he's kind of keen on the idea that he has a captive audience, kind of like Connie's start. She started behind a hair cutting chair.
Yeah.
So, but the point I'm making is that's what I'm going to start doing because it's something I can do any day, anywhere in the country. And that's something I'm going to focus on to start building the people under me. So I'm excited about that. But the event was amazing, Michael. It was amazing. It was just great.
That's great. So, you silver tongue angel. So you you've basically you've been doing this for how many years now? You've been doing a couple of years now, right?
Yeah, I started on the patches in February of 23. So February, March, April, May, June, July. 2 years and 6 months I've been wearing the patches. And I just love them. I just love them so much. And I just want to share them with everybody. And not everybody's gonna wake up and use them and understand, but the people that do will share it with other people that will. And that's our job, is to get this message out there and share these with as many people as we can, because they're changing the world.
Yeah, that's very good. So, excuse me, everyone has heard from everybody, or a lot of people that have been sharing in different capacities. So again, you want to constantly be finding, because we had we have a group where we have mastermind group, so managers and above, we get them all together, and people are always wanting to know. I've shared it with a lot of people. They don't seem to be going anywhere. These are the techniques that you increase your business exposure. All right. So Jason, I've been watching Jason. Jason's been doing an exceptional job. He was kind of like, maybe bouncing around in that one area, wasn't really going anywhere. Now he's like starting to expand, and I can see his business starting to rise again. So you sometimes we get stuck in a rut, and sometimes if we expand ourselves, we can pick up more people. And it's all up to you. It's your pace. No one's pushing you. It's your business. When you're ready, we're here ready for you. Waiting, I wouldn't say waiting, but we're here ready to help you. And those that are ready to go, they go. And it's amazing. I love to see them. I love to see people take off and help them. Connie loves it. We're all excited for that. That's where I get excitement. I get excitement sharing. I get excitement, people taking off with their businesses. I even get excited with people struggling. The struggle part, as you guys know, is, if you don't give up, is the part that's really going to take you to the next level, because you're going to hit a level where you're pushing through. It's like me when I'm working out hard. I'm like, I hit a certain level. I'm like, I'm not going further, and I'm like, but I stay at it. I eat better, sleep better, patch better, and then boom, I push through and hit another record, like I talked about this last year, towards the end of I think it was December, when I had my all-time highest leg press, well over 1,000 pounds. So and my previous best was like 5 years prior,
Michael's.
and
Oh,
I
he's
thought
back.
I thought that
Michael.
I thought that I would never get any higher than that. I thought that was like my one time in my life that I was going to do something of that caliber. Of course, I did it when I was like 59. And so here I am, 64, almost 65, besting that by a good percentage, at least 10% or more. So you get 1% at that level, that's amazing. When you get 10% or more, 15%, that is incredible, right? So nothing has changed but the patches. Nothing but the patches. So I'm an example of long-term use of LifeWave, right? So we're constantly trying to get people involved in that. I know a lot of you are. So you're at an event, you share LifeWave. Hopefully it's a 2-day or maybe a 3-day event if you're lucky. And then you get to share on the first day, and somebody comes back, oh my God, when Connie and I were at Jason's event, we patched people, and they were lined up the next day to get to sign up, right? They wanted the patches because it made a huge impact. Because those are the type of people that understand energy, that can feel the energy flow. Not all groups are going to be that way. All right. So you may go to one event and you're like, wow, it's like I had so many people. And then you go to another event, it's like maybe one person signs up. Maybe you have a couple people that you might talk to, and they're like, I don't know. So it's going to be that way, but you still continue to share, right? And you're going to learn from the sharing. You think I became an expert shot? My first time I went to the range? No, I was like over and over and over and over, thousands and thousands and thousands of rounds being shot down range. And then I became expert, and then I became like next level, because I shot hundreds of thousands of rounds over time. So I've shared LifeWave hundreds of thousands of times. And I feel that I am still learning how to share LifeWave. It's never going to stop. So that's the beauty of it for me. I look at other people that have done really well, like Connie and Barbara and Jen. Jen's a great example for me too, because Jen is always sharing with everybody. She gets in a cab, she's sharing, gets on an airplane, everybody's like crowded around her. It's crazy. So you're constantly sharing. You're going to have success, and then you're not going to have success. It's the same thing with everything in life. But this is one of those things that rewards probably better than just about anything else in life. And the reward is people having miracle experiences, uh, building an income that can help you, and maybe even create freedom for you. Because I never thought that LifeWave would ever give me. I have freedom. I have freedom that I'm building, that will continue to build, and will probably be passed down to the next generation. But they're gonna have to wait a long time because I'm gonna live a long life.
Mhm.
All right. Anything
I-
else? Yeah, Connie.
I'd love to say something to add on that I heard Lynn speak to. She talked about doing something that was out of her comfort zone. And I know that when we were building this, she said, God told her, just whenever you see a door, walk through it. Whenever you see a door, walk through it. And I know there were so many times on this journey where I was asked to speak, or I was asked to do something. And every time it was something that I wasn't prepared for, I wasn't ready for. It was scary, really scary. And I said yes anyways. And I did it and do it again. Barry could tell you when I first started speaking, they first had me speaking at convention. I'm like, I'm gonna go throw up. It's scary. So just know that every single one of us have is still, I'll see all of you in Florida that are coming. And yeah, am I as nervous as I used to be? No. But do I still get nervous? Yes. You know why we get nervous? Because we care. We want to deliver value and we care that we're delivering value. And that's where the nerves come from. So I just say, if you are nervous, if you're thinking, I'm really nervous to talk to this person about LifeWave, or I'm nervous to share, that is your opportunity to grow. That is your opportunity to step through, say yes, and share, and don't worry about the outcome. But if every time you are scared or nervous, you get this nod or you want to back away, that's that opportunity to step through and do it. And so when I look at Lynn and Jen and the leaders and Roxanne and everybody that's on here, when I see them step into that, that's when I'm just like, right on. You're growing when you do that piece. So I just think that at every level, that's an opportunity to step in and to grow and to get better and better and better than each of us can take, even if it's just like, oh, I'm really nervous to talk, to the lady down the street. Doesn't matter who it is. Just do it and it'll get better and you'll grow from it.
Comfortable being uncomfortable.
What's that?
Jim Maver, be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah. Very, I don't know if you heard Barry. Can you say it louder?
Jim Maver says it best. He goes, you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yep, no doubt.
Yep. And he just kept doing it. He said he'd go to the grocery store and he'd just start up conversations. He didn't, whether he was going to talk to him about LifeWave or not, he wasn't sure. He'd just go, oh, I see you like that. Why'd you buy that? And he'd just start a conversation. Barbara Lippincott, do you know how many times she'd tell me she'd walk in and she'd be at the gift card and she'd be like, I don't know, there's so many gift cards. Which one do you think I should buy? And she'd just start up a conversation. And the next thing you know, she had a new best friend. So it's just stepping out of your comfort zone a little bit. So I just encourage everybody to do that. The only other thing I would say is, a key piece is when somebody does come forward and you do learn to follow up and you do get them enrolled, that's when the work starts. It's not the end. That's when taking care of them, supporting them, walking down them journey, getting them to Michael's Miracle Money, getting them to the Doc Talks, getting them into what do they want, how you can support them. So on Monday training, for our team, we're going to have some different people highlight what do they do to support their people when they bring them in? How do they follow up with them? Do they have a system? What do they do? Because people have different ways of following up with their customers and their brand partners, different ways of saying, okay, I do a patching party when their patches come in and I make sure they know how to use them. and what to do. And then right then I schedule a follow-up for, 3 days later or 7 days later. They're scheduling those follow-ups so they can take care of them and support them. And then eventually it might go to once a month. But we're going to have some different people share that I know are really, really good at retention and really good at taking care of the people as they bring them in. And hopefully that'll be helpful.
Very good. So you got to see why I was able to become successful very quickly. Connie, thank you. So look at Denise. Denise, I want everybody to look at you because Denise has done an incredible job. She's been to a lot of events. She's shared a lot. And maybe Denise, since I'm on this coast now, sounds like we might be having an event in Las Vegas. Maybe you would want to come and get involved. I know you're very busy these days, but now that I'm on this coast, then we're going to start to appeal to people on this coast. I think Roxanne may fly out because this is, the person that she sponsored. But, I'm going to be looking for people to get involved on the West Coast because I'll be speaking at events, and Denise will be coming too, I hope. Denise, tell us about, you have done a lot of sharing at events when I was on this coast before. You did many, many events. Tell us a little bit about that if you're there. I don't know. Maybe you're not there. Maybe it's just your picture. Maybe you're in the background doing stuff. All right. So, Jen, I know you had your hand up for a little while. Go ahead.
Hi. A couple questions. Well, one thing, I immediately put up Lynn's video for everybody. If you want to see it, it's very deep and it's about what's happened to her. And she has this doctor on who I've watched with Lynn before, a brilliant doctor who also went through similar experiences, Lynn. And boy, what they are doing, Michael, I just listened to it today. You're right. It's incredible. And it taught me much about the fact that things have switched. Russia is now getting rid of everybody that's a pedophile. I mean, I was just amazed, but I want to, share that. Yes, exactly. I'm like ecstatic about what I learned today from that video. Second, I want to know how many people, would you please send a chat or something, are coming to Orlando to see David Schmidt and Connie and Barry and me and all of us. So how many people in our group are coming? Because Connie asked me for a list and I would like to know who's coming.
Yeah, send your information to Jen and she'll collate it.
Oh, please.
But yeah, that's great because I'm not on that coast anymore. But when you go to an event with David Schmidt, oh my God. I mean, so you want to move mountains to get somebody there. Like go pick them up or like promise them it's going to be a good experience because it will be if they're open-minded. Of course, if they're not, don't pick them up. But you want to get somebody to come there because they show up at an event like that and it's pretty much a done deal for people to sign up. So that's a great opportunity. David Schmidt he's beyond the silver tongue angel, right? So he's always share. I was like, he's not going to share this, but he comes in and does. It's like when I've done shows with him, everybody tells me, don't ask him this. And because he's not going to share it. And then, so I don't ask it, but he shares it anyway. I'm like, wow. So he always reveals something at these events. It's amazing. And it's going to blow your socks off. I wish I could be there, but you want to bring people to that event. And I guess there's still plenty of people that can come. Jen, you're muted.
They did say, Stacy sent something a couple days ago saying there were only 100 tickets left. I do have 2 tickets. I think I talked to you guys about that earlier in the week. I do have 2 tickets of somebody who's looking to sell their tickets because something's come up and they can't go. So, yeah, let us know if you guys want to get somebody there. I agree with Michael. You'll come away fired up. And the thing is, when you come, you want to bring a guest. I don't care, if you have to drug them and tie them up, but you want to bring a guest because it just, you walk away we've had people who have come in and some leaders who came in and they like, you know what? I just love helping people and I just love David Schmidt. But being around it and the team, these are people who are like, I am building a massive business now. And these were people who are like, I'm never building a business. But you can't help yourself but tie into his mission and his vision, and we all get to lock into something that's just so much bigger than ourselves. And you really get that picture when David speaks. If David was coming to, my people in Arizona that are my quote more customers, they've all been to lots of LifeWave things. If David was showing up here, I would be moving mountains to get every single person I knew in one of those seats.
Yep.
Yes, that's how I feel about it.
Yep.
And
And
Chris,
another one is the building your business. That's a good one too. I did one of those in Orlando, and the first day is pretty much centered around, telling everybody about LifeWave and the new stuff. And I was like, man, if I was like a newbie, I would be signing up right now. And a lot of people brought new people, and I was like, I thought it was just for leadership training. I had no idea that I should have been bringing somebody, but those you should bring people to as well. So, you're like, well, how can I get this? How can I talk it? And I'm not really that good at talking it or whatever. You don't have to be that good. If you can just get somebody to go to one of those events, it's all talk for you, like on a level that's like, it's going to blow your socks off, right? You're going to be like, I'm so glad I'm in this business. This is incredible. So, and that's the beauty of what LifeWave is doing. They're creating these things. Of course, Dr. Stacy is doing that on her own, and she's been doing that for several years. The one house party that I threw, we had David speak. He couldn't make it to mine, but he spoke just for the group. So we had that video, and it was incredible. We talked about the new water machine on levels that haven't been talked about before. So he always reveals something when he talks to a group. So you're going to be inspired. You're going to be wild and inspired. So highly recommend anyone that's available. I mean, even if you have to drive a couple hours, it's worth it. 3 hours, 4 hours, I don't know if you've heard about this before, maybe it's fly-ins, So for me, going to Las Vegas and doing events, it's going to be super easy. Going to Utah and doing groups there, it's going to be super easy. Both those places are 7 hours away from me now. It's like I'm in the magical little spot, right? So I can go do an event, and if I want, I can drive back home or, stay the night and then drive back the next day, hang out with people. So that's probably what I would do. But that is the beauty of this business. So I could probably travel at 100 different, locations throughout the world and do the same thing. So that's what LifeWave is doing right now. It's all over the world. And, we have a great example. There's Sally Dutton here. She's in New Zealand. So we have a lot of people from Canada here, and, we're just growing this business. I don't know if we have anybody. If anyone else is from another country, let us know. We would love to recognize you. But, I love it that we're expanding, and I want to expand all over the world. That's one of my missions as well, to get this around the world and travel and meet Sally Dutton and her team in person. So I'd love to do that. I always want to go to New Zealand, and I'll be able to do it, because it's a business trip. So it'll be great. So,
Michael,
yep.
people are asking if it's taped, and I'm pretty sure it's not. Is that correct, Connie?
It is not.
It is not.
If it
Okay.
gets taped, that's something that would be last minute, but my understanding is it will not be.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry, Michael, but I just.
I
Yeah.
think too, Jen, one of the things that's different is, of course, convention is a whole nother level. When David speaks at convention, pretty much we get to, there are very few times as big as the company has gotten with all the things he's doing, with him being over in Denmark a lot. You don't always, this is a rarity. I mean, when we came in, we had David,
with him.
yeah, we had dinner with him, and we had 30 people in our sponsor's house in early 2021, as soon as everybody could get out again. And so we had that opportunity. So I look at this with only 1,500 people. That is as intimate as you're gonna get. with David and him sharing. So to me, it's a really special event to be in that small of a group. I mean, 1,500 is a lot of people, but that's an intimate group. So to be in that small of a group and hear them speak, we have people flying in from Maine, people coming from quite a few different areas just to go to be in that room with him.
Yeah. And David is just like, he's just so personable and so friendly. I've spent time with him. I've been to his laboratory. Imagine Tesla laboratory. That's David's laboratory. All right. It's incredible. And, it's a great honor hanging out with him, and speaking with him. Every time when I spoke at an event one time where I saw him backstage, we hung out and we talked a little bit. So he's a very personable person, very friendly. I've seen him at events, and I think he was in the first one we went to. And what was that one we went to, Jen, Connie?
Which I don't remember.
Well, my favorite is when we sat right behind him when we were at the big convention and we got to see him with his entire family throwing football with his son. He's just a normal, really
convention,
good man. He's just a good man. He's a
good
really
family
nice
man. Yeah.
man.
Good man of God. Yeah. It's beautiful. Aruba.
Yes.
So yeah, he was at Aruba. Yeah. Get to see him, talk down there. Yeah. So there's lots of benefits to LifeWave. As I said, building a business to the point where, I don't know, maybe you get $100 extra a week. And that makes a massive difference in your life. Maybe you make more, and it gives you freedom, so you can just work LifeWave and whatever else you want. You can go hike for 10 miles in the mountains and then come back and do a show and do another show, and that's your job for the day. So and what a great job, right? I love my job. So Connie was funny because I was in Cancun doing shows. It's like, I want to do that too. So now Connie is free. Barry and Connie are free, and to a great extent, Barry still has his bar. I would too, because that's pretty fun. But and I have your hat, DJs. I was thinking, should I wear that? No, it's a LifeWave event. Maybe it'll be. So it's fun. We get to. I've been to Arizona, hung out with these guys, and we had a lot of fun together. To talk to other people in the groups. I've done shows with people that I've met in Arizona because of these guys. So it's amazing. It's amazing the level of expansion that I get. So I never had this when I was in SEAL teams. You're like, that's your job and nothing else. You're like a secret guy. So then I went to CIA, kind of the same thing. You're a secret guy, but now I can be open. It's the first time in my life where I can actually go out and talk to people and not have to worry about killing them. Right. So just being funny. Yeah. Yeah, you guys get it. I see you're laughing. Good. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, only a guy like me could say that, right? So
yeah.
But yeah, we've had great growth in the business. I was talking that we're near 5 digits as far as like the numbers. We're 4 right now, high 4. Looks like we got 5 digits, and that those numbers are increasing faster, 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 faster. So I look forward to 6 digits and then 7 digits. That's a little bit further out there, but that's the kind of ideals you should have. For you, maybe it's like 2 digits. So and you get that, and it's like, wow, I did it. And then it's like, well, let's go to 3 digits, see what that looks like, and how do I get there? And here we are. We're here to help you. So that's the fun of LifeWave, because you don't really have to do this alone. Figure it out by yourself. It's a team effort. And that's one of the things I've always looked for in a business that I was going to do in the future. I knew as a 5-year-old what I was going to do in the future. I was going to be a Navy SEAL. I was going to be a James Bond guy, and then I was going to build a big business. And here we go. So I realized the first 2, and the third one is well on its way. So you have to have those types of ideals. You have to have those types of visions. That's how you start to manifest stuff. Sally has her partner has talked about that and some shows. I didn't see that show yet, Sally. I'm gonna look at it, the TED Talk. So I look forward to looking at that. But there's a lot of us in this group that understand consciousness, and that's the great thing that we have going for us. We know how to manifest, and we know how to like focus. We have the discipline, and we keep focused, keep sharing, and the business builds and it builds. And then that one person that you never would have thought that's down like 3 legs down or whatever, just explodes. And you're like, wow, that was amazing. And so all of you are going to have that at some point. You're going to have someone that's really going to take off, even more than you. And that's the beauty of LifeWave, because you never know who you're going to talk to, who they know. Well, maybe you know who you're going to talk to, but you don't know, on a larger scale, who they know that they may activate that's going to really take off. So that's why we share. I'm not sharing for just to get, people that are going to grow big businesses. I'm sharing because I believe in LifeWave, and I believe, like I said, that everyone can benefit, and they will if they only just start using and keep using it, right? All right. Anybody else?
Can I say something?
Oh,
Yeah.
Tom wants to say
Yeah,
something.
Michael.
Oh, Tom,
Cool.
you haven't talked yet? What are you doing?
Oh, I know. What am I doing? I said humility. I wanted to share with you something so cool. Jen turned me on to it too. I just got invited to speak in Czech Republic, and they're gonna have me fly out to do that. And I'm taking the patches stuff with me. What came to me was, God just showed me this. I want to share this with you more. That David Schmidt is actually Morpheus. So he's the blue pill, and so it's the good pill. So I'm actually going to keep pushing this now as the thing. As I go to the Czech Republic, they're all excited. They said, "Everybody will get it. Everybody get it here." I'm like, "Yep, David Schmidt's Morpheus." So it's like he was the one that hands Neo the blue pill. So it's like the good one. So I'm going to be using that now from every time I speak, and I want to bring it to Czech people too. That this LifeWave is the answer against the red pill.
And Fred gave Tom some pictures of the lobster, because I looked at Tom, I'm from New England, and I said, Tom, lobsters have blue blood. He went,
So that's the
because he was
thing.
talking about David
It's
with blue
like
blood.
cancer. The red pill is based on the blood of the children, adrenochrome, and the blue pill is based on the light that comes from the blood of the lobster, which is blue. So I'm going to be pitching this all my life. When I talk about the major stories where we claim it with attorneys, I'm going to say that David Schmidt is Morpheus.
Yep. And he's going to bring a water machine that's got like lobster blood in it. Light in it.
Yeah, that's what.
But I won't call it lobster blood.
All right. Very
This
good.
is amazing. We're rewriting the whole matrix.
Yes,
Oh,
we are.
yeah.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
And that's
I'm Trinity. Can we pick our part?
There we go. Guys, seriously, it's
course.
like I had it all lined up. So I said
Always pick your part.
and the check.
I thought so.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll leave it. I'll keep gushing, but
Yeah, no,
Okay,
yeah.
bye.
I'm bringing him back.
Good.
I'll be back.
the
So
check
will they.
So do we have it in the Czech Republic, Connie? Do you know?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure,
I
Yeah.
think we
It
did.
is? Good.
pretty sure.
Okay, Tom.
Yeah, I'm taking the patches. I'm going to say it. They said they're all gaga about it. They said, like, this country doesn't get you, but the Czech Republic does. So
Oh, wow. That'd be awesome if you build it out there.
That's
fun.
crooked leg. He's got Roseanne on one leg and
and
Czech
Czech Republic on the other.
Republic on the other.
Yeah, they said
Did you sign up Roseanne yet?
Yeah.
I patched her.
Yeah.
I patched her, and she's like, so I'm supposed to follow up. She's contacting me all the time. So I'm trying to see if we can get the Carlson Tucker thing she was talking about. She gave the interview to Carlson Tucker. She said, you have to have John Mullen. So I get it backwards. I'm like,
Yeah.
So if she wants to have me on
Tucker Carlson needs it. Yeah.
So
So
what I
she
wanna
can turn
do
on
is-
Tucker Carlson. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, during Tucker Carlson. Is it Tucker Carlson?
Yes.
During a show, I want to patch him. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're going on Tucker Carlson?
Roseanne's insisting. She said,
Okay. Yeah. That'd be a good
gave him
show.
my interview, and I'm telling he has to have you on. So who says no to Roseanne? So
Yeah. See, you just like go through the good part of the, media and
I got it easy. It's like red carpet with the blue
Yeah.
pill.
the media in Hollywood. You just like get the good people and get them on the patches. That'd be beautiful. Get the light going and they'll spread it. And
Yeah. It's like
So what do you think
Yeah.
if I don't take him to the airport tomorrow when he needs to go until he signs up Roseanne? I think that's a good point,
you
don't you
can't
guys?
force Roseanne.
you're going to hold them hostage. Yeah.
Hey, I have a question, Tom.
Capturing him.
Yeah. No,
Uh,
it's easy. Yeah.
Go ahead, Tracy. Tom,
This
Tracy got a
is
question.
this is above everybody's head, including mine. Hey Tom, what happens with because I asked somebody one time, what would you take, the red pill or the blue pill? And they took my hands and put them together like in prayer position. They said I would take the purple pill because when you mix
That's
red and
how,
blue, it's purple.
well, that's what they're starting to spread around now is the
It's the
purple.
enlightening.
I'm hearing white pill, purple, black,
Yeah,
but
but
as far as the
blue.
story, it is the blue one.
Right.
And Roseanne even got on the air, not tell you all, Roseanne got on the air and even said, President Trump, you're Morpheus, Tom is Neo, but actually it's David Schmidt is Morpheus. So in the piece, he hands
Right.
the loop.
Nice.
Sorry.
And for those of you that are watching that have no idea what Tom's talking about,
I
he
know,
wrote the
right.
script for The Matrix,
On drugs.
and
Yeah.
they twisted it. It was supposed to be the blue pill, it was a wake up pill, and they twisted it because, like he's saying, it's a negative, but they wanted to make it a positive, for everybody would get confused, and so that's why they do things.
Nutshell.
No, you have to tell them what the red pill means.
Nutshell.
It means adrenochrome. People will
Yeah, he
cringe
said
when
that.
they
Yeah.
know that.
Roseanne Barr did a special clip showing adrenochrome was the red pill after I did her thing. She was all excited about it. So Jake put it up. So the deal is, yes, that in the original screenplay, I'll tell you what, but Smith is ordered to give the red pill to Neo. He doesn't have a choice. You know how this works, Michael. He has to take it or he and his family will die. Later, the blue pill is offered by Underground, not based on Blood and Children, so he can go back in the program, but he's cut off from it to take on Smith and the architect. That's the way it's supposed to be. So the blue pill is a good pill, not based on the Blood and Children. All right, that's
Nice.
it.
Yeah.
And David Schmidt's Morpheus. He'll like that. You should tell him.
Yeah, he's more.
You should tell him. No one else. No one tell him. Don't leak
Hey,
it.
Michael,
Right.
Crazy Joe, can you get David Schmidt to in an interview with Tom, and he can
I'll
announce
tell
it
him.
right there?
You know what? I gave Roseanne a crown during her program, and her son was like, "Don't, you're throwing gasoline on fire." And I said, "You're most beautiful, incredible." She's like, "Yep, yep." I'd love to give David Schmidt a crown. So yeah, okay.
Cool. Very good. Sally.
They were good. We're still there, I think.
Go ahead. I'm turning it
Hi.
over.
Hi there. Gosh, this is a very exciting meeting. Just a few points I'd love to express. Thanks, Michael and everyone. I'd love to meet David Schmidt, and for some reason, the marine biologist in me wants to ask David Schmidt if he would look at the inside lining of the lobster's shell. It's very special material, and that would be, I'm sure, reflecting into that lobster. So there's something that I'm hoping he's looking at. As this is the Business Builder Friday, I'm excited because I've actually helped someone order their first patches this week. And so that's like it's been a long time coming, really. And that's exciting. But I feel as a practitioner, the weight of responsibility of wanting this person to get well. And I'm sure she will, because has been a lifelong dream of mine as a chiropractor to be able to find something to help people with serious degenerative neurological diseases that the medical profession still say they don't know what causes it and they don't know what to do about it. And these people are so in trouble. And my neighbor just two doors down told me of her very scary diagnosis just after Christmas, last one. And it's taken till now for her to be ready to say, she said to me, "Do you think I should be on that light therapy?" And I said, "Well, of course." So we've got that organized, and I hope to be able to support her into getting better. So I feel that things are opening up. The doors are just wedging open, and it's exciting and scary. And thank you very much.
Yeah, that's awesome, Sally. And that's so funny that you signed somebody up because Jen and I this morning we were looking at people that are rising to the top very quick, and we somehow got your name confused with somebody else, and so we're looking at it. We're like, yay, Sally! She got all these people, and so we went and looked. Oh no, it's somebody else. But you did. You signed somebody up. It must have been coming through. That's good.
That's right. And it's funny, she was here for a session with me, and I wanted her to tie her hair up so I could get to her, access her neck a little bit or see it. And I handed her the hair ties, and the one that was available was purple. And I said, Is purple okay? Yep.
Nice, nice. Dr. Kathy.
Yeah, I'm just listening to everything that everyone said. And initially, Connie, when you were talking about, looking for builders, it's always, it's a hard concept to kind of think about. And it's really not about who you know. Because I used to, in the other network marketing, companies that I was in, they'd always tell you that you would find a builder down in depth. And it might be six, seven, eight people down, but it's very rarely someone that you actually personally sponsor. And it's all about who did they know? And that's really a hard concept sometimes to go ahead and realize because we're always focused on sponsoring someone. But keep in mind, it's really about not who you know, it's who someone else knows. And you just got to keep plugging along because you will find someone. Someone said, if you throw enough mud against the wall, something will stick. It's just a matter of being
Absolutely.
consistent and keep doing it. Don't stop.
That's beautiful. Thanks, Dr. Kathy. And the invite's obviously open to you and your lovely sister. So we're maybe having an event in Las Vegas. I don't know if it's next week, Roxanne.
It's the 12th of, oh,
12th.
this is it. Okay, I guess I should put the view up. I think you can hear me, but she wanted to show you this. So speaker, here we go. If I talk, okay.
What's the date?
Oh, okay. She wanted you to have that. I guess we can. No, we're not muted. We can.
September 12th through the 14th.
Did you hear
Okay,
that?
good. Yeah, that's up August, I guess.
September 12th through the
September 12th through
September.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should be open for that. So yeah, that'd be fun. That gives enough heads up, and then we can start promoting it, and that'll be great. Yeah. So
an event. There you go.
alien event. There you go. Beautiful.
And one of the speakers, actually, well, Tom's speaking there, but also Art has somebody who's speaking there. And then I just a young lady today, and she and her boyfriend are both speaking there. So
it's Mike Barra, who you've interviewed a few times, and he's under you too, Michael. Mike Barra is speaking there.
Yeah, I think it's the weekend after the main event, it sounds like.
Oh, okay, good.
On the 12th or the 14th, yeah.
Yeah, because the main event is the 6th of September.
Perfect. All right.
After
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna be open for that then. Good.
Oh wow, there you go.
Awesome.
Nice.
So yeah, I could speak on a couple. I could speak some of my stuff, secret space program stuff, because there's stuff that I've kind of like Len, over time things start to seep through, and I've had a lot of stuff come through, even though I've been programmed not to go there, but it still comes through. So I could talk about a lot of stuff, and I've never shared slides before. And this time, I think I'm really going to go with the slides. Tracy's like, Tracy, like that. That's good. So that's my indicator that I'm right.
Super soldier. That's what 9/11 brought in because they weren't here until 9/11. You're one of them.
Yep.
Brad Olson will be there, and Carrie Cassidy, David Hatcher, Childress, and Mike Barra. So you got, I don't know who's running it, but you do, Tracy Joe.
And you
I bet
can
you
use
know.
my clicker pen.
Yeah. And maybe because Mike Barra's there, maybe we'll help out Mike Barra with a table too. Maybe we can have a couple tables.
It's a gentleman named Farman, David Farman. We've been on this circuit before. This is a really nice event, you guys. And if he has it at a good location, which he's been there for a while, you're really going to enjoy it. It really, really was a great time.
Yeah.
Just be ready to carry your St. Benedict medals with you in your pocket when you go.
Well, you know what?
That group understands energy. So that's, if you're presenting there, then you're probably going to do really well. It's like when I did there was a bunch of us did a Sedona event where I spoke at, and it was a pretty significant event, and everybody did really well. Dr. Kathy was there, and I got to see Dr. Kathy, and she is just so professional, so perfect. So I love to have her at events. Hopefully, Dr. Kathy, you can make it this event. So we'll talk about it later and see if that's something we can all work out. Maybe stay same hotel, do some meals together. It'll be fun. All right. All right, guys. Lots of love to you guys. Stay in the love vibration. Share the patches with everybody you can and keep growing it because it's good for the world. And we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks,
Bye.
everybody.
you.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.
Good
Good
night,
night, everyone.
everybody. Love you guys. Love my team.
Love you back.
Good night.